Live on the radio, on the news, 103.5 FM, KYCA, video streaming worldwide, live online at kyca.info and the KYCA Facebook page. Happy Tuesday, everybody. How you doing?
Dude, I got it. I almost missed it. I was looking down. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, I forgot to hit start streaming.
Oh
so
my
I
gosh,
got
you
it.
have one job.
I have a little.
One job to do, one button to push.
I'm playing 300 questions with you, so,
Yeah,
that's distracting.
We've been studying this morning.
Studying,
Yeah.
yes.
Actually, you have more than one button. You have probably about 50, maybe 100 buttons in front
I
of
don't
you.
know what these ones do,
Yeah,
but
don't
I'll play
tou-
with
don't
them
touch those.
eventually.
Don't touch those buttons. Good morning, Drew. How are you?
Wonderful. Any better be legal.
Ah, okay.
see?
Any better, it'd be illegal.
Well, and we know that's one of those things you like to do.
Absolutely.
We've heard the stories.
We've heard the stories, yes.
I cannot confirm or deny any of
The
them.
day that I asked Drew and Matt to share all of their deepest, darkest secrets, boy, I had a earful after the show. Nobody wanted to share on the show.
I think I'm pretty sure I have not hit the statute of limitations on mine. I'm still fairly young.
Yes,
Drew,
true.
he should be okay, though.
On a few of them.
There you go. There you go.
Only on a few of them.
Right. That was fun. That was a lot of fun. Last night's game was fun. Did you watch the hockey game?
I watched part of it.
What? What were you doing?
I was working on my motorcycle.
Oh, my gosh. I mean, I counted down the minutes to the hockey game last night.
Okay.
Yeah, so, and Matt didn't tune in at all.
No, I was podcasting. That's what I do on Mondays.
His big podcast, The Real Film Nerds. Yeah, check it out. Well, I watched the
It was a
game.
good game, though.
It was a great game, and the Oilers just ran out of gas. Man, they kept that last line on for like half of the final period. They were just out of gas and energy and miracles and magic.
Yep.
Yep. So the
Just-
Panthers ended up taking the series, and they were the better team last night.
Yeah, they definitely had more. They had more energy. They were quicker on the ice. I think it was easily done for them.
What did he say? I missed it. Take my ears
Quicker
out.
on the ice. He said they
Yeah.
were done for them.
Yeah.
They were just quicker. They had more energy.
Yeah.
They looked like they wanted it just a little more.
Right.
But,
Well, yeah. After
the Oilers they put everything into it to get to this
right.
last game.
Exactly.
I think they just ran out of gas.
Yeah, and that's what a couple of the Panthers players said. They said that they had a taste of what it would be like to win the whole thing after Game 3, up 3-0. That the next 3 games they just quite weren't into the game.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
They were into it last night, though.
they certainly were into it last night.
And the Panthers last year lost it,
Yes,
right?
yes,
Okay,
to
so
the-
so this is redemption.
To Las Vegas, yeah.
Yeah.
So, they've been up there 2 years in a row. Are they starting a dynasty, you think? Hockey in Florida? Possibly. They've got some great hockey teams in Florida. The Everglades at the ECHL level win their championship like every year. So, yeah, lots of good players. Everybody wants to be in Florida.
Well, as
Why?
the weather
The
in
weather.
the north gets
The weather.
bad, they want to move to the warmer
Yeah,
climate. And,
yeah.
I have friends in Chicago. They are hockey fanatics.
Yeah.
So, it wouldn't matter where they were. They're watching hockey. So,
Yeah.
The South is going to grow in hockey business, in
Right.
the hockey field.
Well, all those players probably grew up in cold climates, Canada and Michigan. And, yeah, they want to live in Florida where it's sunny and warm.
But still, it's 95 degrees with 110%
I know.
humidity.
That's like you and I, Matt and Drew, we know that because we live in
die.
Arizona.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we know that the real lovely, the perfect climate is the dry heat.
Yeah.
As I sweat this morning, it's so humid outside today.
It's like 30%. We're all crying.
It is, I know. I got up to move the fan because it's pointed at the back wall. But yeah, it's very sticky outside this morning. So that's a perfect segue. Are we going to see some more rain today? We got tons of rain here at the station yesterday, but I didn't get a drop at my house
I
yesterday.
didn't get any at my
No.
house either. So
Yeah.
the west side didn't get a lot.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah.
No, I mean, not a drop.
Right.
Well, because, we got hammered at the office.
Yes.
Right downtown.
Right,
hammered.
right.
Hail.
I drove through it
dumping.
on my way home.
Yeah. I got rain at my house. Prescott Valley didn't get a drop.
Yeah.
Most of Prescott Valley.
Right.
And then you guys didn't get anything, and you guys are in the
Nothing.
mountains.
Yeah, not a drop. And
Weird.
we had thunder and we had lightning.
Yeah.
And it was you hold your breath this time of year, every year.
because it's so dry.
It's so dry, and you just want the skies to open and rain. No lightning, more rain.
They did have a couple starts up near Crown King, though.
Yeah, I did hear that.
Yeah, that's a little scary.
Yeah,
but
did they jump on those, get those out
I
pretty quick?
think they did, yeah.
Good.
But the bigger question, how
Yes.
did Bubba fare with the Thunder?
He got a little scared with the one clap that we had on our back deck, and he ran to the door. And I'm like, "What did the trainer say to do? What did the trainer, don't freak out because he's freaking out. Just act like it's no big deal." But yeah, he wanted in the house, and then he wanted to lay on the cold tile inside the house. So yeah, but so rain today in the forecast.
About 40% chance.
Okay.
We'll have some more this afternoon, and then tonight we're forecasted. But again, it's so spotty.
Yeah,
to
you don't
say it's
know.
going to rain and then it's not going to happen. Maybe tonight we're going to get the rain and Prescott won't.
Right.
So we'll just play it by ear. And same thing for tomorrow.
Yeah.
But it will be hotter tomorrow. We're supposed to be in the midnight 93, 94s.
Okay.
Where today we're going to be around 89.
Right.
But the wind should pick up a little bit tomorrow as well.
Okay. Well, watching the weather on the beach that I'm heading to on Saturday, highs in the mid-70s, lows in the mid-60s. It's going to be delightful because mid-70s on the beach is cool.
Yeah, that's what you want.
Yeah, it's going to be great.
Along with your little umbrella in your glass.
It's exactly right. Yeah,
Gotta
perfect.
have it.
Hit retry. Push that button. So, did you guys hear about the vandalism at Barry's Tourmet and over there on Fair Street over the weekend?
No.
Some guy bashed in a ton of windows, I guess with the crowbar, I think I read, and they caught him.
Oh, it was a crowbar. I was wondering what it was.
Or
If
a
it was like
sledgehammer.
rocks
It was a
or-
sledgehammer.
It was an object.
They
with
caught the
okay.
guy with a sledgehammer. Yeah, he was beating cars and windows. Barry will give us the lowdown coming up on Friday, but they said over $20,000 worth of damage to windows. But they caught him is the good news. The good news, yeah. So
Well, did he use the sledgehammer on him?
probably not.
He's not like a.
Probably not.
He's not like trying to get more business for like a certain glass company.
Well, we did get a couple calls. So I know nothing. I know nothing about anything.
Sure.
So anyway, the good news I saw. Oh, and then some more bad news. Did you hear that the Coyotes will not be coming back to the Valley? The head honcho over there with the Coyotes, after the whole land sale auction didn't go through, he's decided not to pursue building an arena for the Coyotes to come back within 5 years. It's done.
So no more hockey.
No more NHL hockey, known as the Coyotes, in the future.
That's not good for the
No.
state of Arizona.
No,
That's
it is
a
not
lot, That's a
good.
big revenue right there.
I know.
And it's,
Well, my nephew used to work for the Coyotes. He now works for the, oh crap, what is it? It'll come
Nope,
to
that's
me.
a weird
He's
team.
in Nashville, the Predators.
Predators.
He got a job he works in the front office. He works in the, I can't even tell you. He's a smart kid, and he also plays hockey. But anyway, he said you don't want the guy that's in charge of the Coyotes to be in charge of the Coyotes. He said it's just been a bad deal for all the years he's worked for them, and so maybe somebody else will come in and open up a different franchise in the Valley, which would be lovely because we need hockey in Arizona.
Absolutely.
Yes, absolutely.
We need all the sports.
Definitely. So I don't have any clue what time it is, but I'll keep talking until Matt figures out the...
I'm trying to fix it.
It's
Okay.
9:12.
Okay, very good. Well, 6 months until Christmas, everybody. You ready? 6 months until Christmas.
No.
No,
No,
me neither.
shame.
Don't even start.
Christmas comes so fast anymore. The older we get, right?
I mean, they're going to be advertising Christmas specials here soon.
I know. Costco will have Christmas decorations before we know it.
That's just wrong.
I know. 6 months from today. Today is known as Leon Day because it is 6 months from Christmas. Do you know what Leon stands for?
No.
It's Noel spelled backwards.
Okay.
The things you know, the things you learn on Leza Live in the morning. Very important. It's Color TV Day. Today is the day back in 1951, 73 years ago at 4:35 p.m. CBS flipped the switch on the first color television broadcast. It was an hour-long variety show, but most people didn't know because they didn't have color TVs. So, yeah, you had to purchase the color TV once. Do you remember that way back when?
No.
No, doesn't remember. 1951. That's before your time, right?
When did you get your first color TV, Drew?
God, I couldn't tell you. I do remember watching The Wizard of Oz because that was the first movie.
Colorized.
And if you remember, it is black and white in the beginning.
Right.
She hits her head and wakes up in its color.
Right.
I remember that was a big deal. I think that was like 61.
You're like, magic. Wow,
like
look at
really
that.
cool.
That's awesome. It is Global Beatles Day. 57 years ago today, the very first live satellite TV broadcast brought Europe and North America together to watch the Beatles perform a special concert.
The Beatles?
The Beatles. It's also the 15th anniversary of Michael Jackson's death. Can you believe it's been 15 years?
No.
I mean,
That's a long time.
Don't blink, people. That's amazing. Yeah. You remember he was found unconscious at his home in L.A. on June 25th, 2009. And, yeah, very, very sad day. Some people say it was the day the music died. Pop music, anyway. But anyhow, so you want to hear about the oldest Miss Texas contestant ever?
Yes.
How old
Why
do you think she is?
84.
Oh, come on. 71.
Oh, okay. Well, it was a guess.
71.
Drew was just ridiculous.
I know.
84, come on.
84. It's taken a while, but a woman in Texas has finally fulfilled her dream of competing in the Miss Texas USA pageant. She only had to wait 55 years. Her name is Marissa Tejo, and she's not exactly a typical Miss anymore, but they changed the rules, removing age limits, which I guess is nice if that is something that you want to pursue. Becoming Miss Texas. Matt is working so hard. He's working so hard in here. And let's see, anything else worth mentioning? Oh, how about the latest Bugatti? Have you heard about this? You'll like this story, Drew. They unveiled an 1,800 horsepower car.
That's it?
1,800 horsepower?
That's insane.
That is insane. The car will go 300 miles per hour. And if the speeding tickets don't deter you, the price might sticker price. $4 million.
Reasonable.
They're only going to make 250 of them. So if you're going to order one, you better put in your name now, Drew, now.
You know, I can't even afford the tires on that car. Just to let you know,
Yeah.
that was in Motor Trend.
Yeah.
And you don't think about it, but with 1,800 horsepower, your tires only last, you ready for this?
How long?
2,000 miles.
Oh, my gosh.
So every 2,000 miles, you got to spend over 5,000 just for the tires, and you have to replace the rims every so many
Is
hundreds
that right?
of hours because they're carbon fiber and they flex.
Yeah.
But if you got $4 million for the car, who cares?
Right.
You know?
So will people buy these as a collector's item, or will they really buy them and drive them 300 miles per hour, probably through the desert to get from Phoenix
No,
to L.A.?
If you've got that kind of money, you have your car shipped
Right.
to a racetrack. You buy time.
So
go.
okay, so you're racing it. It's a race car.
It's a street legal car.
Yeah.
But you can't. There's no place really, even in the Autobahn, where you're going to be able to do that.
Exactly.
So,
So
more
it's a
than
collector's
likely,
item. Yeah.
I was at Laguna Seca when Paul Newman had his car flown in.
Oh.
And I was doing a track day, and the last 2 hours, they said, no, between 4 and 6, you can't have.
Yeah.
So our track day ended at 4 o'clock. The
Right.
helicopter landed. The 18-wheeler came in.
How
the
cool.
car came out. He drove his car for 2 hours, helicoptered out, and went home.
That's awesome.
That's the person that's buying that
Right.
car.
Okay.
Tom Cruise style,
Yeah.
big cheese guys.
Yeah, that like speed.
Merriweather.
That have the need for speed, as they say.
No, they have the money for speed.
I sometimes have the need for speed.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the little Mini Cooper does just fine.
I feel it depends on the
Alice.
person, because there's a lot of, like, I don't want to say dumb rich people, but
Yeah, there
really,
is.
but really well-off people that buy Bugattis and drive them on the streets and then
Yeah.
destroy them because they go too fast and take a turn. And
Okay.
yeah,
Well, if anybody has one here in the area, I'd love to go for a ride. Let's just put it out there.
I've never seen one in Yavapai County yet.
Yeah, I'm sure.
No,
I'm
I
sure.
haven't
I've
seen
seen
a
Lambos,
Bugatti.
Ferraris. I've just never seen a Bugatti up here.
No, I haven't either. All right, so coming up, the lovely Miss Carol Chamberlain is going to join us and co-host a show with a bunch of girlfriends. We have Tracy Homer from the French Hen Boutique on Whiskey Row, and Rakini Tierney from Allen's Flowers are going to come in. And Carol has some conversation starters. I love these shows. They're so much fun. So stick around for a lot of laughs with the ladies coming up on Leza Live. Right now, if you are tired of living with chronic facial pain, it's time to take control of your comfort and well-being with Pro Solutions Dental Group. Did you know that jaw issues like TMJ can cause persistent discomfort? But fear not, the experts at Pro Solutions Dental Group specialize in TMJ solutions that can bring relief. Through personalized treatment plans and advanced therapies, they'll help you reclaim a life free from jaw pain. Say goodbye to discomfort and hello to a brighter, pain-free future. Don't wait any longer. Call Pro Solutions Dental Group today. Start your journey toward a happier, healthier you. 928-776-1208 or online at PrescottDentist.com. And we'll be right back. Welcome back, and thanks for hanging out with us this hour. It's Leza Live on the News 103.5 FM KYCA, and we have a full house this morning. Welcome back, Carol Chamberlain. Thank you for being here.
Oh, I'm so delighted to see you again, and I'm so glad you're better.
Thank you. That was a doozy.
It was
I
a doozy.
still got some congestion. I'm sure everybody can hear it, but
no, you sound good.
I feel a lot better, but it hit me. It hit me hard. So,
and you were able to play golf?
No, I did not play golf. I haven't played golf in 2 weeks.
Oh.
I know.
Oh my God.
I know. You can't. You got to keep on that course or you lose it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes,
So good
yes.
to see you.
Thank you. Why don't you introduce who our guests are this hour?
I am so happy, so very happy to welcome Tracy Homer from the
Yes.
French Hen, somebody I have known very well for a long, long time. And we have Rakini with us, Rakini Chinnery.
Chinnery.
And who, of course, is Allen's Flowers, about to be a much huger Allen's Flowers pretty soon, huh?
Yes, we're expanding the more.
Yes. More of the more.
Yes.
And I like the Allen's Flowers with more of the more.
Uh-huh.
With more of the more and a big gift area, which
Yes.
is pretty darned exciting.
Yes.
But
Yes.
can I just ask you where Rakini comes from?
Yes, you can ask.
Will you tell me? The question is, will you tell me where Rakini's from?
My dad was a really avid reader, and he happened to be reading about Hindu goddesses when I was born.
Oh.
So I got named Rakini.
After a Hindu goddess.
Yes.
The goddess of what?
Art and wisdom.
Uh-huh.
What two
Oh,
perfect
I
things.
can see that.
Right?
I can too. You put them together.
I want a Hindu goddess name.
I'll find you one for
Okay.
next time.
Okay.
Wait a minute.
Perfect.
Leza, the goddess of
The radio. The radio this morning, anyway. Yeah.
There you
Yes.
go.
And we have to mention a French hen on
Yes.
Whiskey Row. How long has your boutique been in business here in Prescott?
I will be celebrating 25 years next
Isn't
next
that
year.
amazing?
Isn't that crazy?
Was your first location in the what do they call that? The Depot Marketplace.
Depot Marketplace.
In Prescott, yes.
Yes.
But before that, I was on a different path. I was more in the antiques, and I was in Prescott Valley, believe it or not, for 2 years.
Didn't
Okay.
know
Or at least
that.
So that's where you started in
Yeah.
Prescott Valley.
Yeah.
Yes.
And in the antiques part. Yes.
And when did you get rid of the antiques? Because there's
when
no
I
antiques
moved,
in your store now.
well, I still had some when I was in the Depot Marketplace.
Okay.
But it was more just giftware for the home. And,
Yes.
And then I started adding a little bit of tchotchke stuff for
Yes.
actually the women that I was dealing with didn't want tchotchkes in their house anymore. So I started clothing,
And jewelry. Yes.
purses, and all of that. So little by little, it became more and more of that and less of the other.
Right.
And fortunately, I met you when the clothes part was really hitting gear.
And that's when I
Yes.
moved to Whiskey Row.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
that offered me a lot more opportunities.
I tell
to
you,
be-
I don't know how I would live without the French hen
Right.
and Tracy
None
Homer.
of us do.
yeah, yeah, we definitely
All the
do.
bling and all the beauty is over at
Absolutely.
Tracy's store.
It's
Yeah.
so funny when I'm getting ready in the morning and I'm like putting on my accessories and stuff, and I'm always like, oh, that's too much. And I always think of Tracy, and she would say, put on more, put on more. Yeah,
Yeah, I think Coco Chanel says before you leave the house, take one thing off. And
Right.
I think I should listen a little bit.
No, no,
would
it's
say
Your
just
thing
put
is
one
to
more.
put one more thing
I
on.
just add one
she
more.
pulls it off, and I always think of her when I'm getting ready in the morning. So
And what I do is become a walking advertisement from
Yes,
you
you
because
do.
I will say, oh,
yes,
everything I have on is from the French hen.
yes, you did this morning when I commented on your lovely blouse.
Exactly right.
Yes,
French hen.
Love
yes, lots of
Yes.
different items that you can't get anywhere else.
Thank you.
True. And then
Yes.
Rakini brought in some flowers that match both Tracy's
I
and my
know.
top. So
I know. Well,
I
I've
know.
got some blue on, and I never wear blue, so I kind of match too.
am I blue?
And Rakini has on some pinks and some oranges, so we're all dressed for the occasion. Thanks for bringing in the flowers; they're
Of course.
beautiful.
They are beautiful.
Yes.
Yes. So we're here to just to have some conversation, and Carol is the master of conversation starter questions.
Okay, so I'm going to start out in a different way because I have been wanting to know the answer to this question for a month now. So I would really like to start with you, Leza.
Okay, I know what you're going to ask.
So, what
Yeah.
do you consider the biggest mistake you've ever made?
See, we didn't get to this question last time, and I'm like, oh, I had such a perfect answer for that question. Overplucking. Biggest mistake of my life, overplucking. Anybody?
Not me.
No,
Never.
no. Tracy, did you ever overpluck?
I could relate a little
Yeah,
bit.
I mean, I draw these puppies on every morning.
Oh, so you overpluck for
eyebrow.
ever.
My eyebrows.
Forever.
No, they just never grew back.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Forever.
Yeah. So I overplucked when I was younger because that was the style, to have really thin eyebrows.
Oh my gosh.
That's my answer.
So when I worked in an emergency room
Yeah.
in Chicago,
Yeah.
one of the first things you learned was never to shave eyebrows, even if there was a cut right in the middle
Right,
of it,
because they won't grow back.
you did not
Every
learn that.
other hair on your body,
Those.
every single one of them will grow back except for your eyebrows. Why is that, Carol?
I don't know. It's God's punishment, maybe.
Yeah. Well, my daughters have beautiful, beautiful brows,
Oh,
and I
that's because you
I
warned
taught-
them.
Yes, I told them very early on, don't ever pluck any of them. Just leave them there. At one point, one of them had kind of a unibrow, and I just let her have it, till she was old enough to take care of it. But anyway, what is yours? Let's move on to the ladies. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh, goodness. I was afraid you were going to ask me that.
Well, of course. You want us to move on to Rakini and come back to you so you can think about it?
Mine's my first husband.
Oh,
Big mistake. I did get my daughter out of that. but
okay.
that's it.
Otherwise.
That's it.
Yeah.
That is it.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
that's a good answer.
Yeah.
It is certainly an answer. Do you
Yes.
have maybe you've
Maybe
never
you've-
made a mistake?
She would be that kind of
I
person.
have made mistakes. Trust me. But I don't know what my biggest one would
Biggest one, or just one. One.
be. I could say probably staying in a relationship too
Longer
long.
than
Too
yeah,
long.
yeah.
Yeah. Then probably I should have.
Oh
Right.
my gosh. My biggest mistake is so much bigger than y'all.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Tell us, what is it?
Well, I'm going to start this story by saying, my first career was as a nurse.
Yes.
And so I had just graduated with a degree in nursing. And in Waxahachie, Texas, the closest place you could get liquor was beer 7 miles out of town. So I am sitting in Rager Springs, Texas, with my daddy, getting a 6-pack of beer to celebrate. And he said to me, "So now you're going to medical school?"
Oh.
And I said, "Oh, Daddy, no, I'm going to have a family." Well, I never had any children, and my biggest regret in life is not being a physician.
Uh-huh.
So that was my
So-
biggest mistake, not following my father's advice.
But you became a nurse.
Well, I was
You
a
wish
nurse.
that you had gone
I
all
would,
the way.
I would still be in medicine today
Yeah.
because I love medicine.
Yes.
At the time, I hated the powerlessness of nursing.
Uh-huh. Which has changed today.
It has
Yeah.
changed. It has absolutely changed, but not enough for me to go back.
There you go. No.
Oh, wait a minute. I'm too old.
No,
Never
you're
mind.
not. You're not too old. You're never too old, right,
Never.
ladies?
Never,
Never
ever.
too old. Okay, we have to take a quick break. And when we come back, why don't you tell us what question you're going to ask so people can think about it?
Oh, all righty.
Yeah,
I
yeah, a little
think the
teaser.
the next thing I'm going to ask you is, what 3 words do you think others most commonly use to describe you? 3 words.
Okay. All right. That's a tough one. That's coming up. The answers are coming up
See,
here
I thought
on
we were just going to chit chat.
We
come
are.
up with these little.
Think about it. Think about it. All right. Right now, you guys got to check out the Artful Eye Jewelers Facebook and Instagram pages. So cool to see old jewelry get a makeover. They show you what it looked like before and what it looked like afterwards. Clean out your jewelry boxes and go get your free jewelry design consultation. It's super fun, and you get to repurpose what is just sitting in your jewelry box, not being worn anymore. Turn that old jewelry into something you love to wear again. The Artful Eye Jewelers are experts at this process. They've done this for me several times. I had this diamond that I used to wear as a pendant, and I wanted to update it. And so I took it in, and they said, "Oh, well, let's put a bezel on it, and let's put it on kind of a rope-like chain." And I mean, they did. They upgraded it, and I started wearing it again. Ideas and estimates are always free at the Artful Eye Jewelers, Middle of Whiskey Row, downtown Prescott. And we'll be right back. Welcome back. It's Leza Live on the News 103.5 FM, KYCA. Lots of laughs with the ladies this morning. Carol Chamberlain, my co-host this morning, and we have Tracy Homer from the French Hen Boutique on Whiskey Row Inn, as well as Rikini Chinnery from Allen's Flowers. And Carol asked the question before the break. What was it?
So the question is, what 3 words do you think others most commonly use to describe you, Tracy?
Tracy.
Well, that's one.
That's one. Yes, I'll go first. I would say creative.
That you are.
Yeah.
Not just in fashion, but fashion's another one too. And I would say that I'm able to get done a lot more things in a day than most people
Productive.
do. Productive.
She's
There you go.
productive.
Oh, now that's
Yes.
a good word.
That is a good word.
That's a really good word.
I have a friend that tells me, I don't know how you get so much done. And
How
I
do
don't
you?
really feel like I
How
do.
do you? Do you have a tip or
No, I
a
don't.
secret?
I need lists.
Yeah. Yeah, lists.
I
Well, that's a
just-
tip.
I think I was blessed with energy,
Yeah.
and so I put a lot of hours in my day
Yeah.
and just get it done.
So do you enjoy it?
I do. I love it, but I'm not as young as I once was. So I
Oh.
used to be able to work like into the night and stuff, but now I kind of don't do that.
Yeah.
I kind of don't. I'm not as productive at night.
Yeah.
When was the last time you had a day where you did nothing?
I don't know that I've ever had one.
I just had 7.
Yes, when you're sick.
those
I
weren't
just had
fun.
7 days in a row.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
did nothing.
Maybe when I
Yeah.
had COVID.
Those weren't fun days, though.
No, they weren't. No, they weren't.
Those weren't fun.
What are Rikini's words that people describe her as?
Well, for sure, stressed.
yeah.
That's one. Especially my daughter likes to say that about me.
Yeah.
Also, people say I am like a confidant.
Oh,
That's a good
oh
one.
my gosh, that's really a great one.
You can tell me
Yes.
anything, and I won't tell anyone.
Mum's the word.
Yeah, and also funny.
Funny. You are funny.
Funny.
Yeah. Yeah. And you're creative too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And
There's
busy.
a lot of words.
Busy is a
Busy.
good word for both of you ladies.
Yes.
Yeah.
So-
You and I, not so much. By choice. Just saying.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
What about you?
Okay, so I've thought about this before. I guess the number one thing that people would say about me is that I'm capable.
Yeah.
And, you know, that's not always a great thing. Sometimes you want people to say, oh, look at that gorgeous person. No, it was look at that capable person.
I think gorgeous is another
No,
word.
no.
Yes.
So the next one I really think is fun
Yeah.
because I do love to have fun.
Mhm.
And so, and fortunately, I think that shows.
Yes.
And
Yes.
now this one sort of slays me, but I've been hearing this lately and it's classy.
Yeah, I was just going to say.
But I have
At
to
lunch, somebody said, you're the classiest woman they know. And I'm like, I'm sitting right here.
well, yeah, but then I let out this string of expletives, and it's like,
Well, that's true.
so
That's
That's
true.
okay.
is that classy?
Yes. Yes.
You know what? That just keeps you at our level.
So
Yeah.
what
yeah,
are your
that
three?
normalizes it. I asked Matt when I sat down this morning. He said blonde. That was the word. And I'm like, well, not. If you look closely, not so much. But I would say loud.
Oh,
yeah.
that's-
I'm a loud person. Yeah.
Actually, that's
Yeah.
good.
You think?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I think it comes in handy in certain situations.
Certainly in your job.
Yeah, right. But most of the times I have a microphone, so I don't need to be so loud. So, you know, I'm hoping authentic because a lot of people will tell me when they meet me and they're like, "Oh, you're just like you are on the radio," and that's the one thing that I try to do when I do my job is just be me. And so I hope that that's a word. None of you are shaking. your
I am.
Yes, we are.
okay. And then maybe well, there have been a couple times when I have agreed with things that but sometimes you have to do that.
Of course.
To stay middle of the road.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
You know?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
So, and she's called me out on a couple of those things. What's another one? I would be fun too. Fun.
Yes, there's
Definitely.
no question about that.
Enthusiastic.
Yeah.
Fun. Definitely.
I have to tell you, of all these I've heard,
Yeah.
the one that I am the most jealous of is confidant because
That's a good
I
one.
think it is one of the most critical things in the world in friendship.
Mm-hmm.
People have to know that you can keep those secrets.
Right.
They
Now,
do. Yeah.
Yeah. If I have a secret, I'm going to
Come to
Rikini,
me.
not to
Rikini.
Carol.
Wait a minute, I'm good too.
I'm a
You
good
are. You're
secret
great. You're great.
keeper.
You know I'm kidding. Are you a good secret
I'm a
keeper?
good secret
okay,
keeper.
you're good. You kind of
Yes.
have to be too with your business because I'm
Yes.
sure people come in to buy gifts and you have to kind of keep a tight lip.
Yeah,
Yeah.
except for if you're wearing the same outfit to the same event, I will let you know.
Oh, that's good too, though.
Actually,
Yeah,
that is
so
good.
I'll
And then you
stick-
know
yeah.
when people are buying something special to look good, where they're going and all that stuff. You
Try,
sometimes have to
yeah.
keep that a secret.
Yes. Well, yeah.
Right. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. What's the next question?
Okay, the next question is what do you wish more people recognized you for? We know what they do recognize in you. What do you wish they did?
Rikini?
Wow.
You,
Oh.
Rikini.
What do
Your
I
turn.
wish they did?
Mm-hmm.
I think for my generosity.
Oh, I
you
totally
are
recognize
awesome.
you for that. You
She is
never
awesome
come in
for-
here empty-handed.
No,
ever.
I try not to go
Yeah.
anywhere empty-handed.
Yes, you and Barry Barb, same person.
But yeah,
Yes.
Seriously.
I learned it from Barry.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, it's
Right.
yeah, you
That's a good one.
It's
give
also,
and you give. And you
Right.
get-
Right.
it's true, but you also do that. You're known in our nonprofit community
Right.
because
Right.
we all come to you.
You are known for
true.
that.
It's
Yeah.
true.
You
And you are
yes.
known for that. I mean, that is usually what comes after you say Allen's Flowers. Generosity definitely comes next.
So I think we all have to say thank you for that because
Yes.
you
Thank
certainly
you.
have
Yes.
been great in our community, and that's community living is so important.
Yes.
So
It,
thank
yeah,
you.
it really is. It matters a lot to me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
And
it's
so
obvious.
That's why it matters to my business.
You make our community more beautiful.
I do.
Yes, you do.
With flowers.
Yes.
Okay, what do you wish?
Well, I
Trace?
was going to say that too because a lot of people don't know that I have a great heart for Prescott. That I do try to give as much as I can,
Mhm.
and I was on the board of Big Brothers Big Sisters, so I tried to give my time and my talents for that.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's important that we all, if we can, give back in
Mhm.
that way.
Yes.
And
Great philanthropist, for
yeah,
sure.
I try.
You as well, Carol. You get to answer the question because I get recognized enough. I don't want to be recognized for anything else. I'm not kidding. Matt helped me with that one too.
Oh my gosh.
I'm like, there's really nothing. I mean, I can't think of anything that I would. I mean, for my efforts in cooking, maybe.
Oh,
But
well,
but
actually,
my
that's-
husband really appreciates it. But
But you follow the recipes. and
I'm
he
a recipe
doesn't, so-
follower. Yeah.
I-
What about you?
Well, if I would like for people to be able to recognize me for my sports athletic abilities,
Yes.
and I have none. So, so if I were to say what's something you wish you were better at, that would be it, so that people could
athletics.
recognize me for the good golf I play.
Okay.
It's not a possibility
I'm
because
still
that
waiting
doesn't
to
work
see
out.
it. I'm still waiting. We just have never golfed before. Together.
No.
Yeah.
Well, you got to start.
Right.
That's how you get recognized
Do
for
have
it.
to start.
But that's a
Right.
really great.
Starting.
I
Right.
start and quit. So
There-
what does that mean?
So that's the next question then. What
It's
do you
not
wish
for
you were
you.
better at?
Yes.
Right? Okay, let's take a quick break and we'll come back with the answers to that question coming up here on Leza Live. Right now, ladies, listen up. If you're dealing with the effects of hormonal imbalance, Prescott Women's Clinic has the solution with their bioidentical hormone replacement therapy. It's a natural and effective way to feel like yourself again. With locations in Prescott off of Willow Creek Road and Prescott Valley on Florentine Road, it's easy to get started. Give them a call today. Their number is 928-778-4300. You can reach them online at PrescottWomen'sClinic.com, and we'll be right back. And we are back. It's Leza Live on the news, 103.5 FM, KYCA. Carol, Tracy, and Rikini in studio with us this morning. And the question that we're answering right now is, what do you wish you were better at?
Exactly. And
Okay.
mine was golf. I
wish-
wish I were better at golf.
Well, you got to play more to get better at it.
Well, I tried so hard to get better at it that
Yeah.
I got worse.
Oh.
Because golf is something that you can't try that hard. You just have to practice and let it be.
Yes,
I
yes.
never could let it be.
Yeah, you should see my reels on my messenger. I send myself all these tips. I mean, I never watch them, but I have them. I have them, and I have plans someday to go through them and practice all of them.
I gotcha.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Tracy, what do you wish you were better at?
Wow. I think probably a little bit more personal care time, taking the time to do things for me in turn that I could be a better friend because of time. I would like to give more of that to relationships and
So is that something?
girlfriends.
Are you
Yeah.
going to wait until you retire so that you have more time, or will you ever
I don't
retire?
know. No, I will hopefully someday.
That's my thought too. Maybe one day.
Someday. I haven't picked that day,
No.
but Rikini and I do make time to go to dinner once a month,
We
which
do.
is awesome.
Yeah.
That's
I'm
good.
at Tormé with Loveberry.
Yes.
So I think that is a one step closer to accomplishing that goal because we actually make the time.
Good
Oh,
for
that's
you.
really
Put it
good.
on the
important.
calendar.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Good for you.
It's
So more
important.
personal time.
Well, and with friends
With
to do lunch or whatever because I don't seem to take that time.
Okay, that's a good one.
It is a good
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
Rikini, how about you? Something you wish you were better.
Well, I'm kind of like you because I wish I was better at sport things, but I don't play sports. And I really have no inclination to. But then I see people doing things and I'm like, God, I wish I could do that. And then I'm like, well, A, I don't have the time. I'm
Right.
never going to have the time to do that. And B, I just, I love watching sports. I love it.
Oh,
But, yeah.
I understand that
golf.
entirely.
I just, it's like a physical, like you see someone do something and I'm just really impressed by what they're able to do.
Yes.
Like you see a player like slam dunk a ball and you're like,
Right.
wow.
Right.
It's like the
Simone Biles.
Yeah.
The gymnast. When
Oh my
she
gosh.
when she competes, I cry. I cry, and I'm an athlete, and I still cry because it's like, how is she able to do that with her body? It's,
Yeah.
it's really spectacular,
It-
really, really awesome.
Yeah.
yeah. Mine would be singing. I wish I was a better singer.
I can understand
I'd be a
that.
rock
one.
star. I wouldn't be sitting here with you guys. I'd be on a stage somewhere with
Okay,
Taylor Swift.
So who would you be? If you
I'd
could
be
in-
Taylor Swift. Yeah.
Who wouldn't?
Who would
right?
I be? I would just be Leza actually performing live. Yeah. With my voice.
With your
singing,
voice.
singing, not talking. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
always wanted to be a beautiful Janis Joplin because I loved the way Janis
yeah.
Joplin sang,
Yeah.
but hard to look at.
Yeah. Yeah. Candace Devine is kind of that. She's a good looking Janis Joplin. Oh. Yeah, she sings just like her.
Oh my gosh.
That
how-
raspy voice, don't
yeah.
you think?
Yes,
Yes,
definitely.
and gorgeous.
Yes.
Yes, inside and out.
Yeah.
So there you go. Got another question for us?
I do.
Yeah.
It's one that is going to require a little bit of searching
Oh
here.
no.
I heard all those
Should we take a break?
sighs.
Should we take a break? Yeah. Tell us the question.
Okay.
We'll take a break.
The question is, what has been the most spiritually awakening experience of your life? But I want to redefine this because it doesn't have to be spiritual awakening. It's just something that you think changed your life.
Oh wow.
What changed your life?
Okay. All right. The answers to that question coming up here on Leza Live. Stay with us. Definitely having a good time this morning on Leza Live on the News. 103.5 FM, KYCA, Tracy Homer, Rikini Chinnery, and the lovely Carol Chamberlain in studio with us this morning. The question was asked.
The question is, what has been the most awakening experience of your life? And I will tell you that I have two, so I'll start.
Okay.
So the first one, all my life I wanted to be a nurse. 6 years old. What are you going to be when you grow up? I'm going to be a nurse. 8th grade. What are you going to be? I'm going to be a nurse. Senior in high school. What are you going to be? Went into nursing college, got out, moved to Chicago, emergency room nurse in Chicago.
Yeah.
And then I moved back to Phoenix. And all of a sudden, I didn't want to be a nurse anymore. And it was the most devastating moment of my life. It's all this time leading up. I knew exactly what I was going to do. And then, poof, not going to do that anymore. I called everybody I knew. I asked everybody the question about had they been through this before. It was really very hard. So, but I figured it out.
What did you end up doing?
Well, truthfully, I ended up going into real estate, so I could make a bucket of money.
There you go.
And then then I was just as good as my next person, so I went into nonprofit work, which was perfect for me. So it
figured it
ended
out.
up being great.
Yeah.
The second one was when I was being rolled down the hall on a cart to my first heart procedure, and I kissed Ken goodbye. And I really, for the first time in my life, thought, oh, goodness, I could not be anymore. And it was the first time I
Ever
thought of
that?
something like that.
Yeah.
So those were two spiritually life-changing things for me. So how about you, Rikini? What's yours?
Well, for me, it was when my daughter had a massive brain hemorrhage.
Oh, my God.
Yes.
Yeah,
That would do it.
out of the blue. And she was helicoptered to Barrows in Phoenix.
How old
and
was she?
She was, oh my gosh, 29?
Wow.
No, 21. I don't know. She was young.
Yeah, young.
She was young. And when we got there, they thought she wasn't going to live. So, but she did. And the whole time, I think being in that situation, she was in a coma for 3 weeks. And it was just it's a whole moment of like, everything you thought life was just going to be like everything's great and people just go on living, and then all of a sudden you're like your whole life just falls out from underneath you. So in
Right.
that moment you have to figure out, how am I going to be in this situation,
Right.
and who am I going to be, and then what happens afterwards. So the brain damage gave her like some permanent disabilities, and so yeah, it's been an ongoing life-changing situation
Definitely.
every day.
Definitely. Oh, God
That's
bless
how
you.
I feel. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like it just.
But you're figuring it out. You're figuring it out, and you've been figuring it out.
Yeah, I have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the things you went through that first 3 weeks, just re-looking at how
Yeah.
your life had been and how it was going to be,
Yeah.
that really gives you pause.
It does. It
Mm-hmm.
really does. And you have to. I think what it gave me was a sense of gratitude that I didn't have previously. Like when they said, let's do the surgery, she's got a young brain, let's see what happens. And you're just like, okay, like you really are you have to trust whatever
Yeah,
anyone
you're at
says
the
to you in
mercy.
that
What
moment.
choice
Yeah,
do you
you don't know. And it's almost like they don't really know
Right.
either,
Right.
because it's the brain. So it's a weird, it's not really.
That we could do a whole show on that, on how you get through something like that,
Yeah.
and how you deal with your life totally changed.
Yeah,
in a second.
In a second.
Yeah, that is
Wow.
some deep stuff right there.
That is some deep
Yeah,
stuff.
that is. Tracy, you want to follow that?
Mine is probably deep stuff too, but I would say when I first became a Christian was life changing for me.
That is
It
definitely.
was 1990. I'm not exactly sure what led me that direction, but it helped me, especially when I found out that my mom had lung cancer. So that was life changing because during our lifetime we had never experienced death. in our family.
Oh,
My
wow.
mom was the first person that we lost as a family.
Wow.
And she was 74.
Oh my
Wow.
gosh, my mother too.
Really?
age.
74, yeah.
That's
Just-
crazy. That's so,
So
young.
watching her go through on the 8 months, a little over 8 months, was a blessing too, because she loved the Lord and she was not fearful of death, which was a really big blessing for us to be able to know we were going to be okay and she was going to be okay.
Yeah.
So same, but it definitely changes you
Yeah.
to know that we're all going to be okay.
Actually,
Yeah,
that's
great
pretty
answer.
profound. I
Yes.
think
And
that's
she didn't think
profound.
she had one.
I know.
Yeah, and that's
Profound.
That is for sure. And mine very similar to yours. Mine was birth and death. You know, the birth of my children totally changed me. You're living for a totally different reason now. It's not about you. It's about these kids, and so totally changed who I was giving birth to my children. And then my mother passing at 74 as well.
Really?
First death in the family.
Yep.
She was sick for 5 years, and I decided, you know what? If you want to do it, you got to do it now. You know, got to take that safari
Yeah.
trip.
Yep.
You've got to, if you don't have what you want, go work for it, make it happen. That really changed my attitude and my outlook on life, definitely. And then I lost my mother-in-law 5 months later, and she was
Oh, wow.
74 as well.
Wow.
Yeah, so life and death, birth and death. Yes.
Wow.
We have 30 seconds left.
In our whole time
In
together?
our whole time together, yes. I know you were getting ready to ask another question.
She was.
Yeah.
See, it just flies by
It
because
does.
it's so much fun being with you women. I just love
Yes,
that.
It is fun. So thank you so much, Carol, for putting this all together every
Happy.
month. And thank you, Tracy and Rikini, for coming
Thank
in.
It was fun.
You're such busy ladies that I feel really special that you would take time out of your day to spend with us here on Leza Live. So thank you.
Thank
Oh,
you.
Thank you.
All
it was
right.
fun.
Don't forget the Allen's
Thanks.
Flowers moving sale
Oh,
Friday
yes.
happening
8
Friday
a.m.
morning,
Oh,
8
8
a.m.
a.m.
Don't buy everything before I get there at 10. All right. Thanks, ladies.
Thanks.
Have a great day. Thanks for listening.